Hey there, and welcome back to our podcast. Wherever you're listening from, I'm really glad you pressed play today.
That's right. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, or just grab a comfy seat because today we've got a really good one for you.
I'm Sophie,
And I'm Leo.
and together we like to think of this as a chat between friends, not a lecture. No boring rules, no lists you have to memorize, just honest conversation about life in plain, easy English.
Exactly. And speaking of honest, Sophie, how are you doing today? Really?
Okay, funny you ask. I overslept this morning. My alarm went off, I turned it off in my sleep, and the next thing I knew, 40 minutes had disappeared.
40 minutes? That's rough.
It gets better. I ran to the kitchen, knocked my mug off the counter, and now there's a little crack in my favorite cup.
Oh no, not the favorite cup.
I know, tragic. But here I am, sitting with you, laughing about it, which actually leads us perfectly into today's topic.
It really does. Today we're talking about something we all need a little help with sometimes, staying positive in everyday life.
And before anyone rolls their eyes and thinks, oh great, another Just Smile More episode, that is not what this is.
Not at all. Nobody feels great 100% of the time, and pretending you do is exhausting.
So today we're going to talk about something more realistic. Simple habits, simple phrases, and small mindset shifts that actually help on an ordinary, sometimes messy day.
And as always, when we come across a useful word or phrase, we'll slow down, spell it out, and give you a couple of examples so it really sticks.
Listen now, think about it, and maybe even listen again later. That's the best way to make new English feel natural.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's start with the word of the day, positivity. Positivity. Positivity.
Positivity is the habit of focusing on what's good or what's possible, even when things aren't perfect.
And its opposite would be negativity, when your attention keeps landing on what's wrong, what's missing, or what might fail.
Both live inside all of us. The goal isn't to delete negativity completely. That's not realistic. The goal is just to not let it drive the whole car.
I like that. Negativity can sit in the back seat, but it doesn't get to hold the wheel.
Exactly. So let's talk about mornings first, because how you begin your day often sets the tone for everything after it.
Leo, be honest. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up?
Honestly, I scroll through my phone for about 10 minutes before I even sit up.
Careful with that one.
I know. It's not the healthiest habit. Filling your brain with notifications and news before your feet even touch the floor isn't exactly calming.
There's a nice expression for this, to set the tone for your day.
To set the tone for your day. Say it with us. To set the tone for your day.
It means the mood or energy you create at the very beginning of your day tends to carry through the rest of it. You could say, I like to stretch for 5 minutes to set the tone for my day. Or, don't check work messages right after waking up. It can set the wrong tone.
So what do you do, Sophie, to set a better tone?
Honestly, something really small. I open the curtains and just stand near the window for a minute, breathing slowly.
Just standing there?
Just standing there. It takes maybe 60 seconds, but it gives my brain a quiet moment before the noise of the day starts.
I love how simple that is. It shows how small actions really do matter.
They do, and there's a phrase for that too. Small wins add up.
Small wins add up. This means little positive actions, repeated regularly, slowly build into something bigger.
You could say, I'm not changing my whole life overnight, but small wins add up. Or learning a language is the same. Small wins add up over time.
That's very true for everyone listening right now, too. Just by tuning in today, that's already a small win.
It really is. Nice job for showing up. Okay, let's talk about something we all deal with, negative thoughts and how quickly they can spiral.
A negative thought is one that leaves you feeling anxious, sad, or defeated.
Defeated. Defeated. When you feel defeated, you feel like you've lost, even in a small situation. I forgot one line in my speech and felt completely defeated afterward.
We've all been there. One small slip and suddenly our whole mind zooms in on it.
There's a great expression for this. Don't blow it out of proportion.
Can you explain that one?
Sure. To blow something out of proportion means to make a small issue seem much bigger and more serious than it actually is, like turning a tiny spark into a huge fire in your imagination. I do this constantly. Give me an example.
Okay, last week I sent a message to my whole team with the wrong date in it. Just one number, typed wrong.
That's such a small mistake.
I know, but in my head it turned into, everyone thinks I'm careless, my manager is going to lose trust in me, this is a disaster.
That escalated fast.
Escalated. E-S-C-A-L-A-T-E-D. When a situation escalates, it grows bigger or more intense very quickly. A tiny disagreement escalated into a huge argument. Or try not to let small stress escalate before bed.
So what actually happened with the date mistake?
Relieved. Nothing. Someone replied with the correct date, everyone said thanks, and the conversation moved on in 30 seconds.
Teasing. So you blew it out of proportion?
Completely. A textbook example.
Understanding. This happens to almost everyone. Our brains are surprisingly good at making tiny things feel enormous.
So what can we actually do instead? I like to ask myself one simple question. Will this matter next month?
That's a powerful question.
If the honest answer is no, I try to release it and move forward.
To release something means to stop holding on to a worry or a bad feeling and let it go on its own.
I made a mistake, but I chose to release it instead of replaying it all night. Or it's not always easy to release old frustrations, but it helps.
I need to remember that one. Will this matter next month?
Let's move to something really powerful, gratitude.
Gratitude. Gratitude. Gratitude means feeling thankful and actually noticing the good things in your life, even the tiny ones.
There's a lovely expression, count your wins.
To count your wins means to deliberately think about the good things you have instead of only focusing on problems.
Whenever I feel overwhelmed, I try to count my wins. Or she always counts her wins even after a hard day.
I actually have a small nightly habit connected to this. Before I fall asleep, I think of 3 good moments from my day.
Only 3?
Just 3. They don't have to be big at all.
Give us an example from today.
Sure. My breakfast was actually really tasty this morning. That's one. A friend sent me a hilarious voice message, and I laughed out loud on the bus. That's 2.
And number 3?
Right now, talking with you. That's 3.
That's sweet, Sophie.
It really changes how I feel before I sleep. Instead of my mind replaying stress, it lands on something warm instead.
I want to try that tonight, honestly.
You should. It costs nothing and takes about a minute.
There's another nice phrase here, too. The little joys.
The little joys are small, simple moments that quietly make life better, even if they seem unimportant at first.
It's the little joys, like a warm blanket on a cold morning. Or don't forget to notice the little joys in a busy week.
There's also the word appreciate, A-P-P-R-E-C-I-A-T-E. When you appreciate something, you recognize its value and feel genuinely thankful for it.
I really appreciate my grandmother's cooking. Or I appreciate you taking the time to listen.
These are useful in daily conversation, and they also quietly train your brain to notice the good more often.
Now let's talk about something everyone experiences sooner or later, a genuinely bad day.
Yes, sometimes, no matter what you try, the day just feels heavy.
When a day feels heavy, it means it feels emotionally tiring or difficult to carry. Today feels heavy, I don't have much energy left. Or it's been a heavy week at the office.
On days like that, people often say, look for the silver lining.
A silver lining is the small positive part hidden inside a difficult situation. I lost my keys, but on the bright side, I found $20 in my old coat while searching for them.
I think we need to use that phrase carefully, though.
Why's that?
Because when someone is genuinely upset, rushing straight to look for the silver lining can feel a bit dismissive.
Dismissive. D-I-S-M-I-S-S-I-V-E. Something dismissive doesn't take a feeling seriously. It pushes it aside too quickly.
If a friend calls you crying and you immediately say, just look on the bright side, they might feel like their sadness isn't even welcome.
That's a fair point. So what should we do instead?
First, just listen. Let the person feel what they're feeling without rushing them anywhere.
There's a nice expression for that. Let it breathe.
To let a feeling breathe means to give it space and time instead of forcing it away immediately.
You don't need to feel okay today, just let it breathe. Or give the situation time to breathe before deciding anything.
That feels much kinder than jumping straight to positivity.
It does. And later, once someone's ready, looking for that silver lining can genuinely help, but only when it comes naturally, not when it's forced.
Forced. F-O-R-C-E-D. Something forced doesn't feel real or natural. It feels like pressure. Her smile looked forced. Or don't force positivity. Let it arrive on its own.
Let's move into a story now. Sophie, do you have a real example of a rough day that eventually turned around?
I do, actually. A while back, I had a genuinely difficult morning. My bus never showed up, I spilled tea on my sleeve, and then I got some disappointing news about a project I'd worked hard on.
That's a lot for one morning.
It really was. By 11 o'clock, I already felt like the entire day was ruined.
What did you do?
At first, nothing helpful. I sat at my desk feeling irritated, replaying every bad moment over and over.
To replay something in your mind means to think about it again and again, almost like watching the same clip on repeat.
Exactly what I was doing. Then a colleague stopped by and asked if I wanted to step outside for 5 minutes.
Did you go?
I almost said no. I felt too busy, too stressed, but I said yes.
And?
Genuinely, those 5 minutes outside completely shifted my afternoon. We just talked about something silly that happened at the office and laughed. For 5 minutes, I wasn't thinking about the bus or the tea stain at all.
There's a nice expression for that. Hit pause and reset.
To hit pause and reset means to stop for a moment and come back with a calmer, clearer mind, almost like restarting a device.
I took a short walk to hit pause and reset after a tense meeting. Or sometimes 5 minutes is enough to hit pause and reset.
After that break, I went back to my desk, and the whole afternoon felt different, even though nothing about the morning had actually changed.
That's powerful. The situation stayed the same, your mind was what shifted.
Exactly. And that's really the heart of today's topic. We can't always control what happens to us, but we usually get to choose how we respond.
Respond. R-E-S-P-O-N-D. To respond means to react thoughtfully, with an action or a feeling, rather than just reacting automatically.
I try to respond calmly even when I'm frustrated. Or how you respond matters more than what actually happened.
Beautifully said, Sophie.
Thank you, Leo. Now, let's talk about the people around us, because they really do affect our mood.
Very true. There's a saying, good moods are contagious.
Contagious. C-O-N-T-A-G-I-O-U-S. Something contagious spreads easily from person to person, like laughter in a room.
Continuing, if you spend time with someone calm and warm, you often start to feel calmer too.
And the opposite is just as true. Spend time around constant complaining, and that mood can rub off on you as well.
There's a nice expression for this. Surround yourself with good energy.
It means spending time with people, places, and activities that genuinely lift you up.
I try to surround myself with good energy, especially during a stressful week. Or choose friends who surround you with good energy, not drama.
I have a friend like that. Whenever I call her stressed, I somehow end up laughing by the end of the call.
What does she say exactly?
It's not really what she says, it's how she listens. Then she just says something simple, like, "That sounds really tough, but I know you'll figure it out."
That's lovely to hear from someone.
It really is, and afterwards, I always feel lighter.
Lighter. This means less emotionally heavy, less stress, less weight on your shoulders. I felt lighter after that conversation. Or a short walk always makes me feel lighter.
So, Sophie, is there someone in your life who always helps you feel more positive? Actually, yes, my older sister. Whenever I call her with a problem, she asks one simple question.
What's the question?
She asks, okay, so what's one doable step forward?
That's such a helpful question.
Instead of getting stuck staring at the whole huge problem, she helps me find one small doable action.
Doable. D-O-A-B-L-E. Something doable is realistic and possible, not overwhelming. This plan feels doable. Or break the big task into smaller doable pieces.
I love that. Instead of feeling crushed by everything at once, you just focus on one doable piece.
Overwhelmed. O-V-E-R-W-H-E-L-M-E-D. When you feel overwhelmed, everything feels like too much to handle at once. I felt overwhelmed by all the deadlines this week.
The fix for that is another nice phrase, one thing at a time.
It means handling things calmly, focusing only on the very next simple action instead of the whole mountain at once.
Perfect for staying positive and, honestly, perfect for learning English, too.
Exactly. You don't have to learn everything today, just one thing at a time.
Let's talk about something a little different now, how we speak to ourselves.
Oh, this one's important.
Defining, self-talk is the inner voice, the words and thoughts you use with yourself inside your own head.
A lot of people are wonderfully kind to their friends, but surprisingly harsh with themselves.
Harsh, H-A-R-S-H. Being harsh means being strict, unkind, or overly critical. Don't be so harsh on yourself, or his feedback felt a little harsh.
Imagine a friend makes a small mistake at work. What would you say to them?
Probably something like, don't worry, everyone slips up sometimes, you'll do better next time.
Kind, gentle, understanding, right? But if you make that exact same mistake yourself?
My inner voice says something completely different, more like, why do you always mess things up?
Much harsher, isn't it? And strange because you'd never speak to a friend that way.
It really is strange when you notice it.
There's a nice idea for this. Treat yourself like your own best friend.
It means using the same patient, kind words with yourself that you'd naturally use with someone you love.
I'm learning to treat myself like my own best friend these days. Or, instead of criticizing yourself, treat yourself like your own best friend.
Criticize. C-R-I-T-I-Z-E. To criticize means to point out faults or mistakes, often in a negative tone. Please stop criticizing yourself so harshly.
This connects directly to positivity. If your inner voice is always harsh, it's very hard to feel good even on an easy day.
So, how do we actually shift our self-talk? One simple method: notice the harsh thought, then rewrite it.
To rewrite it means changing the wording so it sounds fairer and kinder without denying what happened.
Instead of, I'm so careless, I lost my keys again, you could say, I lost my keys. That happens sometimes. Next time, I'll put them in the same spot.
The same event, completely different feeling attached to it.
Exactly. The mistake doesn't change. How you treat yourself does.
That definitely takes practice.
It does. Just like learning English. You won't be perfect right away, but small daily practice really adds up.
Let's do a quick segment we like to call Say It Kinder. We'll take a harsh sentence and rephrase it into something fairer.
I love this part. Let's go.
First sentence, today was a disaster.
Very extreme, very final. Let's say it kinder.
Today had a few rough patches, but it wasn't a disaster overall.
Rough patch. R-O-U-G-H space P-A-T-C-H. A short, difficult period. I'm going through a rough patch at work right now. Or, we hit a rough patch, but things are improving.
Next sentence, I never get anything right.
Very harsh, and probably not even accurate.
I got this one wrong, but I usually manage just fine.
Next, good things never happen to me.
A heavy, closed-off sentence.
This stretch has been tough, but good things do still happen sometimes.
Next, I need to be cheerful all the time.
This one matters because it's simply not realistic and honestly not healthy either.
It's okay to feel down sometimes. I don't have to be cheerful every single minute.
That takes so much pressure away.
Final sentence, I can't do anything about my situation.
This one can leave a person feeling stuck and powerless.
I can't control everything, but I can control my very next step.
What a strong way to close that segment.
Agreed, small shifts in language really do create small shifts in feeling, and over time, those small shifts add up to something much bigger.
Let's do our vocabulary recap now. We covered a lot of useful expressions today.
Even if you understood most of them the first time, hearing them again helps them really stick.
First, to set the tone for your day, how you begin your day tends to carry through the rest of it.
Next, small wins add up. Little positive actions, repeated regularly, slowly build into something bigger.
Don't blow it out of proportion, making a small issue seem far bigger than it really is.
Next, escalate, when a situation grows bigger or more intense very quickly.
Release it, to stop holding on to a worry and let it pass.
Next, count your wins, to deliberately notice the good things in your life.
The little joys, small, simple moments that quietly make life better.
Next, look for the silver lining, finding something positive inside a hard situation.
Let it breathe, giving a feeling space and time instead of rushing past it.
Next, hit pause and reset, stopping for a moment to come back calmer and clearer.
Surround yourself with good energy, spending time with people who genuinely lift you up.
Next, one thing at a time, focusing calmly on just the next simple action.
And finally, treat yourself like your own best friend, being patient and kind with yourself, especially after a mistake.
What a wonderful list today.
If you didn't catch all of them, that's completely fine. Come back and listen again. Repetition really is how new language settles into memory.
One more idea before we wrap up. Resilience.
Resilience. RESILIENCE. Resilience is the ability to recover after something difficult happens.
Like a rubber ball. Drop it and it bounces right back up.
I love that image. Life knocks us down sometimes, and resilience is what helps us get back up again.
For example, she showed real resilience after losing that opportunity. Or resilience isn't about never falling, it's about getting back up.
Resilience doesn't mean nothing bad ever happens to you.
No, it means that when something bad does happen, you don't stay stuck there forever.
I actually have a small story about this. Last year, I planned a weekend trip with 2 close friends. We saved up for months.
Sounds exciting.
It was, until 2 days before the trip, one friend got sick and we had to cancel the whole thing.
Oh, that's genuinely disappointing.
It really was. For one evening, I just let myself feel disappointed. I didn't rush to find the silver lining right away.
Let it breathe, remember?
Exactly. And the next morning, my other friend called and asked, "Okay, so what's one doable step forward?"
That question seems to travel in your circle of friends.
It really does. So we checked our calendars again and found a new date, just a few weeks later.
And how did that trip go?
Honestly, it was wonderful, maybe even better, because we appreciated it more the second time around.
That's resilience in action. You didn't pretend the disappointment wasn't real, you felt it, and then you found your next step.
Exactly. Resilience and positivity actually work together. One lets you feel the hard moment honestly. The other helps you keep moving forward anyway.
There's one more expression worth sharing. Bounce back stronger.
It means recovering from a difficult moment and returning to your normal positive state, sometimes even stronger than before. She bounced back stronger after that setback. Or, kids often bounce back stronger than adults expect.
That's a lovely note to end this section on. We don't need to avoid hard days completely. We just need to remember that we can bounce back.
One difficult day doesn't decide your whole week or your whole life. It's just one page in a very long book.
Before we wrap up, I want to say something important.
Go ahead, Leo.
Staying positive doesn't mean smiling every single second. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to feel sad, tired, or frustrated sometimes.
That's such an important point. Being human means feeling a whole range of emotions, not just the happy ones.
Exactly. Real positivity isn't about erasing hard feelings. It's about not losing hope completely, even in the middle of a hard moment.
It's more like a small candle than a bright sun that never sets.
I love that image. A small light that stays lit, even on a dark evening.
And that small light can be a lot of things. A warm drink, a kind friend, a slow breath, or just one doable step forward.
You don't need a perfect morning routine or a perfect mindset to stay positive. Just small, honest habits, practiced gently, day after day.
And you're already doing one of those habits right now. You're learning something new, growing your English little by little.
That already shows real positivity in action. You're investing in your own future, one episode at a time.
Seriously, nice work today.
All right, quick recap before we go. Today we talked about setting the tone for your morning, not blowing small problems out of proportion, counting your wins, finding the silver lining gently, surrounding yourself with good energy, and treating yourself like your own best friend.
What a great list, and some genuinely useful vocabulary too.
And now, our question to you. What's one small thing you do that helps you feel a little more positive?
Maybe it's a cup of tea. Maybe it's opening a window. Maybe it's 3 slow breaths.
Or maybe like Sophie, it's cracking your favorite mug at 7 in the morning.
Please don't copy that part.
Encouraging. Write your answer down, even a simple sentence, as a bit of practice. Something like, my morning walk helps me feel calm, or I like to write in my journal before bed.
Simple sentences, real practice, real progress.
This was our podcast with Sophie and Leo. Until next time, take one thing at a time, be kind to yourself, and keep learning.
Bye, everyone.
Take care and see you next time.